and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be doing 2 palettes, 3 looks. I'm going to be using the Zulu palette and the Afrique palette together to create some looks here on my channel. I thought this would be a fun way to get some use out of both of these Juvia's Place palettes and to kind of show you different things you can do if you do have both of these. So if you would like to see how I got this look as well as 2 more looks, then continue watching. Okay, so I'm going into the Zulu palette first, and I'm going to be taking the orange shade, and I'm going to take this on a giant fluffy brush. This brush I typically use to blend out shadows with, but I'm using it to kind of pack on and really get that orange all over my eye just above my crease, because we're going to go in with other shades in a moment. Then I go into the Afrique palette, and I'm going to go into the shade Dakar, which is a deeper orange, and I'm taking this on an e.l.f. blending brush, and I'm placing this directly into my crease just to kind of give it some of a deepening effect right there, and to kind of play off of the lighter orange I already placed on my eye. You are going to notice I do go kind of back and forth between brushes and things just to make sure that everything is blended. I really don't want there to be any harsh lines or anything when I do this look. Then I go into the yellow in the Zulu palette, and I'm just taking that on a slightly smaller blending brush, and I'm placing that just above the orange and kind of blending it into it. This gives it kind of a gradient effect on the eye, and I really like how it looks. Now, you do not have to go as high up as I did if you are not comfortable with wearing your shadows to your brows. I am. Then I go into the deep kind of chocolate brown shade in the Zulu palette. I'm taking that on a Luxie angled brush. I don't quite recall the number, sorry. And I'm just kind of packing that on to the outer V of my eye. Then I'm going to go back into Dakar, which is in the Afrique palette, on that same e.l.f. blending brush. And I'm just going to blend that deep brown into that shade, and really just kind of make the two morph into one. Then I go back into the orange of the Zulu, and again, I'm blending and making sure that these shades meet up with one another. I don't want it to be, again, super harsh or not blended enough. Then I go back into the yellow, and I do the same with that, just kind of blending that orange into the yellow and making sure that everything is, again, blended. Now I'm going to go into the Afrique palette, and I'm going to take Kofi, and I'm going to take that on a, yes, Harry Potter themed packing brush. And I'm just going to place that about 3/4 of the way onto my lid. Now I am going to let you guys know that in these tutorials, I'm not always showing me putting on my liner or my mascara. I do put on liner and mascara for typically every look, but I don't always show it. I'm taking the Koki Professionals Velvet Smooth eyeliner in light blue on my waterline. I don't need to tell you guys anymore, but I love these eyeliner pencils. Then I go back into the Zulu palette, and I take kind of that teal shade, and I run that along my lower lash line. I really love how oranges and teals look together. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I know it's me doing the pop of blue on my lower waterline, but I feel like because orange is a colorful look, like color, that this just kind of works. It's that kind of turquoisey shade. Then I go into the Afrique palette, and I take the shade Angelique, and I place that in my inner corner. This shade has become one of my favorite inner corner shades. It has been a lot of fun to kind of play with and just kind of put everywhere. And I do also put it on my brow bone. And by the way, you guys, I'm just using a lip brush to do this. I really like using brushes this way for any reason, as you guys know. It just works that way. Then I go into my Smashbox Always On Metallic Matte Lip in Carrot Stick, because I needed more orange in this look. You're welcome. On to look number 2, and I'm starting in the Afrique palette, and I'm going to Aya, and I'm just kind of packing this into my crease as well as just above the crease. This is a shade that I really had to kind of build up, whereas some of the other shades not so much, but once it's built up, I really do like how it looks. Then I go into the Zulu palette and I take that teal shade and I'm kind of packing this on with a blending brush. It does kind of take some time before I go in and blend it. I'm just trying to get the color exactly how I want it before I blend it away. Then I go back in with the shade, the yellow shade, and I just kind of blend that and make sure they're not so harsh. Then I'm going back into the Afrique palette and I'm taking the shade Côte d'Ivory. I know I'm saying that wrong, and I'm really packing that onto my outer V. I'm really wanting to make sure that that shade is very opaque and is really kind of giving me the color that I want. And then I do go in and I kind of blend it into the teal shade from the Zulu palette. This does take some time. I am constantly going to be blending throughout this look just to make sure that everything is how I want it. And this, by the way, is my favorite look of this series. Then I go into the blue shimmer shade and I'm taking this just on a flat packing brush and I'm just kind of placing that about 3/4 of the way on my lid. This is a typical kind of structure of my looks, the way that I kind of work this. Then I'm going to take my Pretty Vulgar, the Ink Blacklist Gel Eyeliner, and I'm going to go ahead and do a wing on camera for this look. I don't know. I like showing how I do my gel eyeliner. I don't know. It's one of my favorite things to do. And you guys, I think I have about 2 more uses of this liner before I'm actually out. I know I've been saying I'm running out, but no, I think I'm officially there. And that's kind of a bummer, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get it as a stocking stuffer. Who knows? Hint, hint, husband, if you're watching this. Hint, hint. Then I go in with the Kokie Professionals Bright Blue Velvet Smooth Eyeliner and place it in my waterline. I absolutely love this one. I use it all the time. You guys are probably tired of seeing it, but I'm sorry. I'm going to use it until it is gone, and then I'm probably going to buy a new one. Then I go into the green shade in the Zulu palette, the shimmery green, and I place that in my inner corner. I really like how it kind of worked as an inner corner highlight for this look. It's a little bit different and I like it. Then I go back into Côte d'Ivory and I'm running that along my lower lash line. And just kind of making sure that it meets up with that green and is nicely blended. Now I'm going in with my Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche Liquefied Lipstick in Whip. And I love this lipstick. Okay, the third and final look, I'm going into the deep purple shade in the Zulu palette, and I'm packing this on to my crease as well as just above my crease and making sure that it is as opaque as I want it before I do start blending it. Purples seem to be kind of a really tricky shade in general to work with, and I find that packing them on really does the trick. I also wanted to let you guys know any products I use for each look will be linked down below in the description box. That way you can find them easily, even stuff that I do not show on camera. I am taking a very large blending brush with this shade and just kind of blending out those edges and really making sure it's the way I want it. Then I go into the pink in the Zulu and I'm placing that just above the purple. I really like how this looks once I do blend the 2 shades together. I think it looks very, very nice. And I kind of like this technique of doing the deeper shade first and then going back in with the lighter. I learned this from a few people here on YouTube. This is not something that I normally do, and I really do like how it turned out. Then I'm going to go into the Afrique palette and I'm going to take the shade Bento, and I'm placing that in my crease as well as the outer V of my eye. I'm using this to kind of deepen everything up and give it kind of more of that reddish purple tone instead of a pinky purple, if that makes sense. I like how it looks once the look is finished. Right now I know it kind of looks a little bit muddy and maybe a little bit messy, but it does work out. Then I go into the shade Cantanu in the Afrique palette. I do apologize if I'm butchering any of these names. I'm not meaning to. And I'm taking that on a flat shader brush. And I'm placing that about the majority of my eye. Do not place it in the inner corner portion of my eye because I'm going to go in with another shade. Then I just take that giant blending brush and I blend everything together. Then I go into the shade Angelique in the Afrique palette, and I'm placing that in my inner corner, but as well as just a tad bit on the lid. And then I go back in with Cantano and I blend it all together. Now I'm going in with my Fierce Flicks eyeliner from Ciate London. This eyeliner is almost out. I have too many eyeliners opened. I have kind of learned this about myself. I open too many eyeliners, and yeah. I think it's interesting because I work with eyeliner and gel eyeliner in a very similar way, but I found that I don't like the brush tip on eyeliners. I like the felt tip on like eyeliner pens, which I find interesting because I tend to use a lot of gel eyeliners lately, and I like the brushes with gel eyeliners, of course. It'd be weird to try and use a felt tip applicator with a gel eyeliner, in my opinion. Then I go into a different Kokie Professionals Velvet Smooth eyeliner. This is deep navy. To me, it comes off as kind of a deep plummy purple and not a navy, and that's why I like to use this one a lot when I do purple looks. And I'm just placing that into my waterline, of course, because that's where I like to put colorful eyeliners. And then I go into the deep purple shade in the Zulu palette and I run that along my lower lash line. I'm first going in with a very thin kind of lip brush, and then I'm going to go in with a blending brush and kind of smoke that out on the lower lash line and really kind of make it shine down there. Then I go in with the Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. This is their metallic lip. It's more of a lip gloss to me, and this is in Dazzle. Oh yeah, I like how it looks on my lips, and as you can see, it is not a very opaque like lipstick like it is said to be. It's more of a topper or a lip gloss in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching these 3 tutorials. I really do appreciate that you spend some of your time during the day watching some of my videos. It does mean a lot to me. You guys will have to let me know down below which look you thought was your favorite or which one you thought I did the best. Right now I'm really in love with this purple look, but I don't know. It could change. I could change my mind. I kind of like the orange one too. So, well, you will have to let me know down below. Thank you guys again for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It does mean so much to me. Well, thank you again and bye.